Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
That early on a Saturday, the cheapest blackjack table was $15. So they really...
Oh, my God.
At 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday?
And they said...
they have limited tables.
Yeah, and in 30 minutes, we're going to raise the limit. I said, okay, great. But then this lady that was really the celebrity she most resembled was a fire hydrant. She was in the pit.
I like to have big,
some action.
Old man boxers like Bob Hope wore in his specials. So down there, it's just free as a breeze.
That's right. It's wild. Isn't it wild?
It's wild. I want to tell you, I'm Bob Freeballing Hope. Take a look at my balls. Yeah, there we go. Because of the condition I was in, you could have told me, and we'd like to drive to the Washington Monument. It should be a 15-hour drive.
Florida,
and I would have gone, that's okay. That's where I was. So I immediately
it's beautiful
said,
at night.
Well, she said, I think I'd like to go to Boston. I said, you're going to miss a turn?
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hey, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Can you turn that down all the way?
Yeah, it's gone.
All right. Is it gone now?
Gone.
Gone.
Excellent.
Gone. Right. And she's gone.
All right, good. Hold on.
That is an X theme.
Not like the X game.
No.
A former theme.
All right. We're going to play Name That Tune.
Okay. We've already heard a little bit of it.
Do you recognize it?
Not yet.
Let me go back again. I'll give you a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I heard it right before we came on the air. I had to bring it to you.
Oh, it brought back a memory.
Because I'm an idiot.
No.
Here we go. Gonna give you a little more now.
Okay.
Please.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hit it, boys.
I know that it has a vocal coming up, and and the second I hear the vocal, I'm going to know what it is. Is it a record you ever played on the radio?
Yes, multiple times.
I don't
Really?
know what it is.
In fact, at a period of my career, it was one of my favorites.
Really?
Still is.
Okay.
Still is. That's why I brought it to you, because it's so, how would I describe it? It's so dated.
Yeah.
If it was a movie, you'd go, oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Is it from a Beverly Hills Cop movie?
No, it would probably predate that.
Okay, so early 80s, maybe mid to early 80s?
I think it's very 80s.
Okay,
Kojak.
It's not Kojak. Is it from a soundtrack?
No, it is not.
Okay. Is it a one-hit wonder?
It is from a #1 hits collection, the album I'm playing it off.
Oh, so I bet it's the artist is someone who was in or associated with the Eagles.
That is incorrect.
Beatles.
No,
As a matter of fact, you might be wrong genre.
Let me look
both
this
of
up
you.
here.
Okay, I'm going to guess then it's a country artist.
You're correct.
Is it George Jones, High-Tech Redneck?
No.
No.
Little man you might know by the name of Conway Twitty.
Oh.
How weird is it? His name came up between me and Oscar in the pre-show.
Yeah. And Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
Conway Twitty. Songs from the 1980s. Big Country 103. Let's all have a red-necked love-making night.
Hello, baby.
No.
Conway
That's a
here.
bit much.
Let me lay this in your
I
ear.
have to
Get
write that
ready
down.
to go. When we're gonna roll about sundown. I got some boogie music.
this
What's the name of the record again, Mike?
Redneckin', love-making night.
That's a disaster, is what that
Hello,
is.
baby. Conway here. The pinnacle of one Conway Twitty, a man who opened his house up to tourists.
Oscar, do you want to know what the name? You know how Elvis had Graceland, right?
Of course.
You know what Conway Twitty's house was called?
What?
Go ahead.
May I?
Yes.
Twitty City.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Kiss you all over your face. Yes, naked. Love making night.
It's not a bad song,
It's a great song.
Witty
but
city.
I don't think I can grab.
Ooh.
I can't wrap my head around the title.
There were more guys walking around in the 80s trying to be Conway Twitty. It was like, ooh, hey, Slicky. Hey, I got a nice T-bird for you. Want to touch for test drive? Yeah. How we doing there? Redneckin' Love Making Night. Conway Twitty. Number one hit. Country hit.
Crossover hit?
I don't know if it made the that would not have made the crossover.
No, I don't
charts.
think so.
I don't believe.
But it is slickly produced and
Well,
a little
it's
better
total
than
Slicky Boy Conway. It's the definitive Conway Twitty song.
Yeah.
It's like this is what he thought he was.
yeah.
Stars in your eyes. Hey, oh, baby.
Pretty
Yes,
good.
sirree. Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's it.
Oscar should know that Conway Twitty really does date back. He was concurrent with Elvis, like when he got his start. He got his start in the mid to late 50s.
I got my first stereo put in at Twitty City.
No, that was not Twitty City.
That's Circuit City.
Yeah,
Mike?
excuse me.
Circuit City now out of business, right?
yes.
Nice to see you. It's been a long time. Anyway, yeah, there's something about the man that. So this is the process. I'm sitting with my wife,
You guys holding hands?
Conway Twitty, and I said I always like a little something on the computer right before I come into the studio to just get me in the
Hype you up.
flow.
Yeah.
And it's how would I describe it? It's like a. It's like when you got a guy backstage that's clapping his hands. It's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And then that gets me laughing and jamming to that music. I said, I got to bring this in here.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It just kind of springboards me into a week after we've had a week off.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a fantastic time. Thank you for allowing us that wonderful week off with our, for Oscar to travel out west and for Robb to travel with his family and for me to stay at home and nurse my wife with Rebound Covid.
Oh, no.
Da-da-da.
It didn't go well the first time.
You know what's really bad about that is when you have COVID, there will be no redneckin' lovemaking.
No.
It stops that.
Well, it's interesting. Look, I'm not a kiss and tell because it grosses people out.
Sure.
Being my advanced age. But there was, and right after that, there was the diagnosis. So that I thought, well, you can't be any more intimate than we were. And I'm wondering, well, would I have gotten it? I tested negativo, and she was,
Just goes
the
to
first
show
time,
you, Oscar, that not every injection prevents COVID.
oh, that's okay.
Gross.
See,
You had to ruin it.
That's all right.
Yeah,
well,
I was
now
gonna-
I have to start all
Some
over
would say
again.
that
it
it was
was
already
you're being
ruined.
you.
I was
so
gonna
there
make
you go.
a-
all right. God, Rob's so gross.
I went to the Can You Be? If
Even
you're not-
skinny,
no.
he's gross.
Maybe grosser.
All right, thank you. All right, yeah, maybe a little grosser.
Does she have the
inches
best-
off? How many inches off your waist now?
10 inches. I was starting on St.
10
Patrick's Day.
inches.
I was a 46-inch waist, and I'm wearing 36-inch jeans
Oh,
today.
I believe it. I believe it.
Have you ever worn 36 inches in your adult life?
Yeah, my sophomore year of high school.
That's not
Yeah.
adult life.
That's true. Yeah,
so
it's
this is the
adolescence.
first time as
Yeah.
an adult.
Mm-hmm.
does it
Fantastic.
feel?
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah?
It really does. So
Stand up. Show everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see your body.
Let's get a little twist around.
Let's see. All right. Look at
Yeah,
that.
let's turn around.
My ass.
No, I don't need to see that. You look good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Do you have skin surgery or anything?
Mike, you are the worst.
Mike,
Why am I the
What
worst?
an
I wish you
animal.
wouldn't say that
Oh,
because it
my
spoils the surprise.
God.
I'm going to make you a wallet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why are you getting upset
You
with me?
know
I'm
the
just
hardest
asking.
part about rapid weight loss is excess skin. We've talked about
I don't know
this.
the hardest part about because I've never had real successful
You
rapid
don't
weight loss.
personally know that, but you
Seriously,
know that.
Mike nutritionist, this is the quote from her over the weekend. Okay, so the weight wasn't lost, but you gained muscle. That's a win.
That is a win.
So yeah, whatever.
I've got
So,
some droopage, but not anything that I don't
Like,
think I'm
do you
going to have
have
to go
to-
under the knife.
Do you have to tuck your skin in to your socks, or like where does it go?
No, I just use duct tape. I pull
You
it
look
up.
good. Congratulations.
You look
That's
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'll
And
send you some
congratulations.
shirtless pictures.
4 months of sobriety, which I saw
Yes.
online.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Do you count weekend?
I do.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, and you know what? This was no easy challenge to go down and visit my dad at the beach for a weekend and not crack anything open.
you think your dad wouldn't drink in front of you as a sign of
he-
I need
solidarity?
your mic a little bit up.
Okay.
A little bit up, please.
He actually,
if you can.
I think he held off a little bit as a courtesy to me. But his wife, Kathy, she said, do you mind if we drink in front of you? I said, not at all. And I felt
that's honest.
You're a
That's,
good
that's
man.
straight
You're a good
ahead.
man.
Why not?
yeah,
right?
and I feel like the man who's like 80 years old and loves when people smoke around him because he can still smell the cigarette. So,
so your dad, you would, one of your great pleasures in life would be to have a toddy with your father, have a beer. This one of the first times, right, that you've sat down there and
since
done this?
I was 18. No, since I was 21. Every time we've gotten together, I guarantee you, almost every time we've gotten together, we've had a beer.
But since you got sick, this is the first time you went down there to hang with him, right?
And I hadn't seen him.
Yeah, you hadn't seen him
since last October.
Your dad's like a pro football player. He doesn't want to go in the hospital and see injuries.
Right,
right. Like he wants to make sure that you get back on the field.
But it was, you know what? This was a major piece in the puzzle coming together that we could still sit down and watch movies and laugh and have a great time. He had a couple beers. We didn't paint the town red or anything, but we still had a great time.
Would that be increased when you were drinking back in the day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Condo Bob would knock back a bunch.
Oh, by the way, he
back.
likes Condo Bob.
I love Condo Bob.
I think Condo Bob is perfect.
I think Condo Bob works.
Yeah. So he brought that up.
But it's. Yeah, I would imagine when you were doing that, it's an experiment, and you're trying to.
I mean, they say,
feel
when people have problems, don't put yourself in situations that are going to make you
You're in the grips of a disease.
Yeah. And it was cool. It was absolutely cool. We found some activities to do. And
for those of you just tuning in who might not know what we're talking about, because it sounds kind of inside, I have to give you a little background that earlier in the year, around about February, Robb discovered that his liver looks like a sun-made raisin.
Yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day, Mike.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. Okay, March. And was very, very sick and had to modify dramatically his lifestyle, which meant eliminating alcohol from his life.
And taking a new lover.
And taking on a new lover.
And calories.
And calories. So he's made some life changes, and we're reflecting on those and, wondering what it's like to be put into a situation where did you talk to him about it? Have you talked to him about
like
your
a one-on-one?
No, I
life
have.
and stuff?
I've talked to him about the lifestyle changes. I've talked to him about, I said, about the drinking. And I said, he said, do you miss it? And it's the truth. I don't. I miss food. I miss eating like to extreme amounts and satiation sometimes.
Never,
and
ever
over
full.
satiation oftentimes.
Never, ever full.
Right.
That I do miss, but that's different if you're at home alone and there's no booze in the house.
Yeah.
And there's really no temptation to be had because there's nothing there.
There are people that have a hard time with it that
There
have to
are.
get help.
Oh,
for it,
yeah.
that have to
I
get
got
I thought
medication
we were
for
going to lose
it.
you as a friend.
I got extraordinarily lucky. I think that.
Well, no, you did. I think Oscar and I both felt the same way about it. At least I know I do. Where it really hasn't been on my radar. Where I'm like, hey, do you think he's okay?
I check in with him.
You check in with him
like on a
periodically.
regular basis, yeah.
Well, he come. He had a flight this weekend, and he came in this morning with a little bottle of Crown that he took from the airplane, and he shook it in front of me. He said, "Anything? Anything? 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 Anything?"
And did you drool?
I did, and I lost feeling in my feet.
We both seriously. I think we both, had the faith that you really you knew it was going to kill you, and you gave it up, and that was
I've given it up.
That.
I've given it up before for crazy crackpot diets, but
don't get happy.
But
Silly.
it was never. That was the weird thing is when I've lost a lot of weight before, I always knew that it was for like a promotion or something, and I never was truly convinced that it would ever always stay off because it was hey, this crackpot diet works. Look at me. And then I'm done, and then I'm back to just what I was doing before. But
conversely, I have to tell you that my wife and I get one what we call bad meal per week.
Yes,
and that normally
you should
also,
let Carrie cook for you. Then you could have bad meals all the time.
That bada bing, bada boom. Thank you very much. The idea of the bad meal usually involves a little hooch too. It's kind of our party night. Saturday nights usually when it happens, and so it was off to the Mia. The iguana Mia, because we didn't want to, go out and spend a lot of money. We wanted to just have some simple food.
A thoughtful margarita.
And then after
Mindful
the Mia,
margarita.
At the Mia, Mrs. O'Mara, who's been under the weather. I talked about Rebound COVID.
Yes.
I'll give you more on that later. She had a small margarita, and I had a flagon of margarita.
Sure. Yeah.
So my margarita, Oscar, you'll know this joint, the fish market down in Old Town.
Yeah.
The Landini brothers that own the fish market.
I took Carrie there the night I proposed to her.
Yeah.
Big, they call them schooners.
Yes.
Cartoon size.
It's a schooner of beer. Well, they served the margarita in a schooner.
Wow.
My first one. And I asked for a topper.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're hanging out. We got the little man with us, and we just order nachos between us. That's our bad meal.
Okay.
We're going to have some nachos between us. And I was like being a little kid. I said plain taco meat with cheese and chips. Turned out not all that
for
fantastic.
dinner, did you have noodles with butter on it?
We didn't. We didn't have anything else.
Okay.
And then she ordered another small one because we met our manager buddy there, Deidre, who could not be sweeter. And we're friends. So we chat. And it was super slow because it was in the middle of the afternoon, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're talking. And lo and behold, Carly gets a second small and I get a second schooner.
Oof.
And I think I made some comment about the topper in my schooner. I needed a little more to it. And they brought the second topper out. And when we left the restaurant, I was just like, how's everybody doing?
Oh no, I've been there.
I was just feeling
ever.
I was just feeling very good. And Carla apparently indicated to me that I had more of the nachos than she had, and that because of her disappointment, she wished to go to our other dive place that I took Jimmy to, Buffalo Chips.
I remember this.
And we ended up, I'm like, because of the condition I was in, you could have told me, and we'd like to drive to the Washington Monument. It should be a 15-hour drive.
Florida,
I would have gone, that's okay. That's where I was. So I immediately
it's beautiful at night.
Well, she said, I think I'd like to go to Buffalo. I said, you're going to miss a turn. and so she turns and we go there. And that I was not hungry for at that point.
Sure.
For wingage. Although I had a couple.
Of course, just to be polite.
When we go to Buffalo Chips, it's the Michelob Ultra on tap with the frozen stainless steel thing in the middle of the pitcher.
Nice and cool.
And
cold.
By the time I got home, it was a trip to Culver's with the concrete. And then
what flavor concrete?
Vanilla with Heath Bar.
Your favorite. Yeah.
My standard. And then later at night, I think I watched the end of the British Open, and I had a bowl of cereal, and then.
And you woke 20 minutes before the show today.
It was stunning. But she got Rebound COVID.
I'm so sorry.
And did she get the Beth Ann variety?
What's that one?
BA5.
BA5 is when you ruin radio shows.
That's right.
Do you
shake your head, Beth Ann, and then I did it in the producer's room
during a commercial break.
That. Yeah.
Do you? Okay, so for me, if one of you has COVID and she pops positive again, does she feel? Is it the symptoms and then you get a test?
Yeah, she was. What was the?
I'm sorry for being so.
No smell, no taste.
Okay,
she didn't have that the first time,
but
right?
A little congestion. And no smell, no taste she was kind of, it ended up not being really the case. It was more like she was congested. And
and that happens, yeah.
So, but the last time she got it, I had a bunch of tests. So we immediately test her. And the last time, they say for those of you that might not have taken a COVID test, most people don't know what this is, but they tell you that if you get 2 lines, you're positive. If you just get 1 line, you're negative. And they also tell you that even if that right line is faint.
Right.
Showing up as the 2 lines, you have it. And the first time she had COVID, the line was like going, help me. Hold on, I'll do this. Help me, help me. Help. There's the line I'm trying to.
Oh, no.
And then we, the second time for Rebound, I tested her and the line's like, I'm the line. Here I am. Look at me.
Yeah,
and
it's
immediately,
not like a watercolor.
Yeah.
And we didn't test Michael because he didn't have any symptoms, and I ended up being negative. And then tested her 2 nights ago, and negativo. So it's been kind of a weird.
We tested.
She was told by her doctor. She was told by her doctor during a virtual appointment that, or the nurse's, the PA, physician's assistant, that Rebound COVID, you're probably not contagious. You don't have to quarantine just wait 5 days, and then you can probably go back to work. And so not only was she right about that, but she even tested negative.
Oh, wow. So just
she's
like
back
a little
to
blip.
work. She's back to work tomorrow. Today was the last day. But last week was just a big bowl of fun.
I bet.
Being here on my own. And,
so we
dealing
tested
with her.
Pony last week, and he had 3 lines. I don't know what that means.
3 lines.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's his weight.
The first time, it didn't go so well because you had to take care of the house.
That's right.
And this time she felt better quickly, and so it was a little bit better, but it was still, it wasn't a big bowl of fun. It was fun enough where we were able to go out on the weekend,
which is nice.
Yeah.
What she just didn't want to do was, any of that face washing that she does.
Sure. Oh, gotcha.
Even though she wears a mask and a screen, still does to this day.
Yeah, the last time she got it, did she... What?
Did she not want to do work, or did she just not go to work? The way you said it was kind of weird.
Let me explain this.
Okay. Thank you, Oscar.
Because I, in absolutely no uncertain terms, will tell the world that she has the work ethic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she is admirable. It's beyond description. She loves what she does, and she has. But what she and I both share are 2 things. We are terrible sick people, and we are terrible at nurturing sick people. So that when she's sick and I'm just pissed.
Yeah.
And when she's sick, she's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just pissed. We're all popping. I'll say, so what'd you do today? With not a hint of sympathy or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, no, Rob, I mean, she's not bleeding from the eyes.
You finished Stranger Things. Good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. Fantastic.
Your baby
That's
stepping.
good. Are you tired yet? It was just like, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it because I hate it.
Yeah.
That's it. And me, Johnny Booster, over here with my 18 boost vaccination.
You're getting them every week, right?
But I also feel as though, you haven't had it, have you, Rob?
Yeah, I did. I did before I came back in, yeah.
The booster.
Yeah, the booster.
No, you haven't had COVID.
No. I had the booster, but not COVID.
Oscar's had it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get
feel as though when you hear everybody's going to get it, which I don't throw out as saying, there's no way. I kind of think they're right about that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like the shoe hasn't dropped.
Yeah.
But I'm I'm hoping I never get COVID. I'm going to go straight for the monkeypox.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
That's what I'm looking forward
then you get
to.
And Mike, don't itch. It only makes it worse.
Don't scratch. It'll get infected.
Have you seen the pictures of the monkeypox?
I have.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like an ingrown hair with a monkey.
Well, we had a guy at American University that had that on his right nut, and it had nothing to do with monkeypox.
Jeez.
It had everything to do with he spent too much time in the other dorm.
Yeah, I understand.
Anywho. So
but she's okay now.
It was Monkeypox Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah, Monkeypox Hall. Not Monkeypox Hall.
No?
Monkeypox Hole. Sorry, that's terrible.
Carla's
not funny.
Carla's okay,
gross.
though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she's
okay
doing
now?
fine.
Okay.
She's doing fine, and it was really an uneventful outside of one trip.
Yeah.
And by the way, she got the trip. I don't think a rebound COVID is when you go on the antivirals.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I
you
have.
can get rebound COVID. So it's not like she got reinfected, even though we went across the alligator alley to the hustle and bustle of Miami. We went to Miami.
Now, this may be
Saturday.
a naive question, but when you take the
305.
antivirals and you get like a clean slate because it's gone, is it kind of like when you don't finish a flight of antibiotics and you feel better before you're done? If you stop taking them, it'll come back?
I don't know the answer to that. All I can tell you is they told her you are going to feel better, and then there is also a significant chance that you will feel like crap again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened to her, and the test positive as well.
But you're saying
and this was
she
a
milked
day or two. This was a day or two after last weekend where we went to Miami to the Guitar Hotel. The Hard Rock. You've seen ads for it.
Yeah.
They had
Well,
the-
I mean,
they had
they're
the
all
F-
over the place.
They no, they didn't have the F1 race there, but It's one of the most popular. What is it? Sarasota? No, Miami.
No, it's in Miami.
Is it near the stadium? No.
Yeah,
It
it's
is?
near the stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
I
in
didn't know
that area. And if you ever get down to Miami and you want a good time, don't go there.
But Mike, didn't you enjoy all of the memorabilia? Didn't you want to see Sonny Bono's vest or something or whatever they have hanging up there?
You know what I'd like to see?
What?
I'd like to see in a modern casino, I would like to see machines that work properly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not asking, by the way, I'm not asking you not to take my money. I know you're going to take my money.
Yes.
I know you're going to do it. But when you're taking my money, I would like your machines to not go. They sucked. They sucked. But half of them didn't. The audio. I like.
You like the action.
The self-hypnosis for me involves the bright lights and the bells and whistles and the sounds.
Yeah.
And these machines were in such a horrible state of disrepair.
No.
I'm not talking all of them.
Yes.
And certainly not the video ones. Now, Rob and I are old school.
Yes.
You like the spinning bars
I like the wheels
I like the spin.
I always feel
like
that
the wheels.
If you play
wheels
like,
are being phased out. They're being phased out.
I know. If you play I think it's called Buffalo 96 or something. And
It's a video game.
Yeah, and it is a video game, and I always feel if there's nothing mechanical at play, I'm sure I'm wrong, but if
I
there's
feel
nothing
that way.
mechanical at play, it's cheating you.
I
It's
totally
cheating you.
feel that way.
Yeah.
I absolutely feel that way. And so I was annoyed that it was this is, by the way, after not staying for our one night in Miami at that place.
Too expensive.
Because it was just priced out of insanely priced. So we actually went on one of the travel sites and got a cheaper hotel, which was very, very nice, but it was 14 miles away, and that's fine. Because it was prettier and you were out of the fray. And as it goes, on a Saturday night in Miami, you realize that action is just like South Beach. Life starts at 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we were winding down and getting out of there, and that was fine with me. And when the entire cast of Crazy Rich Asians was leaving at the same time, really, a group of girls that appeared to be 16.
Yes.
And waiting and giggling, and I'm like, oh, kids. And then the Lamborghini SUV pulls up.
Sure.
And they pile in, and they're actually escorted in by, I think it was 2 or maybe 3 guys who get them into their Lambo SUV.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I'm looking at that, and I'm. What is that?
This
is
music
this
from Crazy Rich Asian.
Oh, I love it.
Let me turn it up. Let me hear it. What a great movie. And then, so I'm sitting there at that moment, Oscar, you can relate to this. I'm taking stock of my failed life.
Yeah.
As I see the kids from middle school getting into the Lamborghini.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, that's nice that the girls get to ride in the nice car. Oh yeah. Until the Rolls Royce Phantom pulled up.
Oh.
Yeah, now you can turn that up. And the Rolls Royce Phantom. There it is.
There's
and the dudes got into I think it was a Rolls Royce Phantom. Is that the Rolls Royce like sports car?
Yes.
That's kind of the
Because if you're
it's
going
got
to
the
get a Rolls
fastback.
Royce,
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah.
get a sports car.
also the Ghost.
Yeah.
The Ghost with 4 doors.
Yeah.
Do you?
And by the way, I played the game in the casino. There is a slot machine called Crazy Rich Asian.
I've seen it, and I hope that those Asians are getting crazy rich off of my money because they didn't give any of it back to me.
I didn't get a nickel.
Yeah.
I didn't get $1 out of that machine.
Tight
Yep.
slots. I think they've tightened them up for COVID.
Good-looking
Absolutely.
crowd. Obviously, you saw a nice crowd leaving,
No,
but when
no.
you're
No,
there,
not
when
a,
you're there,
not a Vegas. When we were there, not a Vegas.
what
a
vibe?
slutty crowd, but none of the slutty-looking people, men or women, looked particularly attractive. You know what I mean? You know what it's like. You've been to those
Las
weekends in
Vegas?
Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
We all have,
Yeah.
where you sit
it's
there
like
and
Carla's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
somebody walks
Who
in and
else
you're
is
like,
good looking around?
whoa.
Carla's and Pony Boys are everywhere.
Just Carla.
Just Carla.
It's
Yeah.
just weird.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Don't they have a bulletin board, like a billboard as you're pulling into Miami? It says Hard Rock Casino, slutty is good.
It was
No,
just
no,
a lot of
don't
skin.
You mean? Is it? What do you? I guess I'm trying to hone in on the crowd, not trashy.
Let me
not
offer this.
Slutty.
Let me
what
offer
do you
this.
mean?
There's a phrase that my father has used in the past, and we used it a few times this weekend.
Is it allowed?
It is.
Okay,
Mike,
I know your father.
When you go to the
Condo Bob.
when you go to the Hard Rock Casino, do you see a lot of women who are used up?
Oh, gross.
It was not that way either.
That is not what I was expecting.
No,
God.
okay. I'm
My
old school.
Lord.
I come from. I will tell you what it was to me.
Yes.
Was outfits walking through the middle of the lobby of the hotel as we were walking into the casino. That in a perfect world, and you were going to you could freeze time and just have a one-on-one with that person and look at them and say, that's really not appropriate for someone that looks like you.
Okay.
To wear that. There was just a lot of...
The hardware has to match the software.
A lot of skin hanging out that didn't need to be hanging out.
Okay.
That's what I saw.
Did I see anybody? Eye of the beholder?
What do you mean by that, though?
I mean the style of dress for like sub 30s, the way I understand.
I can stop you to answer this properly.
Okay.
Because let's flash back to that Friday night.
Yes.
Where you left us in Iowa City.
Yes. Yeah.
And we were out on Friday night, and the co-eds were out.
Correct.
And do you remember we were like, this is just stunning.
Yeah.
This is like stunning,
good looking crowd.
Stunning crowd.
Yes.
Absolutely stunning crowd.
Yes.
Nothing even because I accept that. I accept that.
10 years ago, by the way.
It was 10 years, but it was also, oh my God, college kids dressed like this when they go out.
Like they're going.
There was nothing of the kind.
And now they're in their 30s.
It was sloppy. It was kind of and really gritty. Like casinos. You have a pocket. Even in Vegas, you have pockets of the glitterati that come by once in a while. Yeah. Or if, for example, there's an event like a fight
or a big concert,
a playoff or a concert, maybe a football weekend. Mm-hmm. But by and large, it's just
AVNs.
What's that?
The AVNs, the Adult Video News Awards.
That's gross too. That's just a bunch of single guys going.
Do you feel? And maybe this is where I'm lost here. Is it Atlantic City?
It's Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted to picture
Atlantic City. You'll get the people come down from New York that are having their night out, or it's going to be a bachelor party. It was, and by the way, I remember this from South Beach. We're heading back at 11-ish, 11:15, something like that. We're leaving. That's 15 minutes before happy hour for those kids.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure later on it'll be jumping, and that's what has passed me by. I don't deal with that.
Well, Mike, I think that if you really want to see a good-looking casino crowd, what you need to do is go to Charlestown, West Virginia at 11.
Yeah, because you went, right?
At 10:30 on a Saturday morning.
Oh my God.
These are some good-looking folks.
That to me, like when I was back home, that to me would be a perfect Saturday.
That's your
what do you
window?
Want to do? Hey, no, that would be somebody's going to watch the kid.
Yeah.
You want to go first thing in the morning? It's gray, it's cloudy, it's whatever.
It was a rainy day. Carrie was she was off babysitting
Perfection.
and house sitting, and I said, you know what?
And you're what? You're 25 minutes from it,
45.
Right? 45?
Yeah.
The way you drive. Okay.
Oh, take it easy.
No, it's not 45 minutes.
Waze is 45
minutes. 40 minutes. Really?
Yeah.
Do you go back through Leesburg and then go over the mountain? Is that how you do it?
No, you take Route 9 up
Route
to Charlestown Pike. Yeah.
I just thought it was quicker. I don't know.
Well, most of your trips there, weren't they facilitated after you had a few drinks and someone said, I'll drive you?
No, that one time right after the show, Carla's like, "Where are you?"
All the time.
Remember, he had to lie to Carla because it was like a Tuesday afternoon.
Oh yeah.
She caught him.
Mike, you'll be pleased to know the place still smells the same. The chips are not for a while. Yes, the chips aren't sticky anymore, which is good. Yeah, and they don't. They got no problem smoking. And I liked the guy that was smoking. He would take a drag off his cigarette and then blow out and then put his mask back up. So
have they made any improvements to the old facility at all?
No. Yeah, they tightened all the slots. They tightened them. They're tight as a drum.
Still have the buffet, the big buffet, the crab leg buffet in there?
I didn't see the buffet. But it might have been set up later. What I did have that was fantastic. I was shocked that that early on a Saturday, the cheapest blackjack table was $15. So they really
Oh my god!
At 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday?
And they said,
they have limited tables.
Yeah, and in 30 minutes we're going to raise the limit. I said, okay, great. But then this lady that was really the celebrity she most resembled was a fire hydrant. She was in the pit with a young lady who I really was shocked could get that many tattoos at her age because there's a lot of time. And
this is a customer or
no,
a pit boss?
This is a pit boss training. And their little pit boss computer was right next to me because I was on the 6th chair of the blackjack table where I like to be.
10:30 in the morning, the blackjack table's filled?
Filled. I had to walk around before I could get a spot. And so
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday morning. A rainy
Jesus.
Saturday morning. And
Great
so
way to spend a Saturday morning.
It was, and there were parts of it that were really great. But anyway, she says to the young lady, she says, "See that gentleman in the gray coat?" "Yes." "What was his buy-in?" She said, "I'll find out." She comes back and says, "He bought in at $200. She said, "That's pretty good. Find out his name and make sure you say welcome to him anytime he sits down. You can write down the coat color. That'll help you remember." And
so they're trying to see who. Well, that's not a whale.
No, obviously not. Well, but it was funny that she was letting her know all the things. She says, like, for example, do you see that gentleman over at the roulette table in red? And she said, yeah. She said, "I always say, how have you been? Where have you been? And I know him because he looks like that, and I've got notes in the computer, and you can recognize him too."
So she's training another pit boss?
Pure tradecraft.
Yeah, absolute tradecraft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
See
wonderful.
that skinny
It was
man in the
fascinating.
corner?
And then I doubled on 10 and drew another 4. It was fantastic.
What notes would they take on you think?
Probably show this
See
man
that man
out.
over there? That man has liver failure.
You see that man with the
Be
sagging
nice
skin?
to him. Be extra nice.
He's
to
not
him.
drinking at all. He's probably trying to count cards.
He's lost 10. See that man over there with the striped shirt? He's lost 10 inches on his waist.
You know what? I could give the impression that I was in truly the last stages of my life failing health because I was going through my closet again, and I put on hats that I used to wear.
Yeah.
And when I put on a fitted baseball cap that used to fit me perfectly, it now looks like the little kid that's going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I don't mean that anything against
No,
Make-A-Wish.
your son was a Make-A-Wish
because my
kid.
son was a
Yeah.
Make-A-Wish
Right,
kid. But
right.
you always see a kid
Just fits large.
yeah, with a shaved head
Yeah.
and a hat
Where it
that's
goes
too big.
over the ears.
So hats went
Yeah.
away. Hats went away this week. So my hat
God.
size is down. It's crazy.
All those hat boxes.
So did you come up? Did you come out ahead or behind?
Behind. But it was a slow leak, and there was a time if I had left. And how many times have you heard this?
Were you
If
there
I-
with the missus?
That's one of the things. I was at
Oh.
the table, and you know you're not supposed to take your phone out of your pocket if you're at a table.
Correct.
So I'm playing blackjack, and I'm actually up at this point, maybe like up a couple $100, right? And how fast that can go away, but I feel in my pocket, and I say to our slow dealer, I say, "Pardon me, slow dealer, I'm going to sit this hand out. I'll be right back." I walked out, I look at my phone, and we have that tracking app. I think it's called Live 360.
Yeah.
It's for the kids mostly, but we're
Yeah.
on it. And Carrie just texted me all in capital letters, "Why are you at Charlestown?"
You didn't tell her?
I didn't tell her because she had already left, and I
Look at this
decided to
guy.
go. And I said,
Oh, you mean like what was she doing?
she was house sitting / pet sitting.
He was working.
Yeah, she was off to go, and it was a rainy day, and I had nothing to do. So I said, I'm going to go up there, hit the old ATM, and drove up. And when she found out, she was very curious. And I said, I'm going to win you a coffee table because she's been shopping for a coffee table. And then she replied with the emoji that has just the straight mouth. You know, the one that's like
I'm not happy.
Yeah,
so
not-
you just woke up on a Saturday morning and this past Saturday or the week before?
a week ago Saturday.
You just woke up on a Saturday morning and said, I'm going to go gambling.
Yeah, and I realized I could have gotten there sooner because obviously there's no need to shower. But I did shower and drove up there and slowly, surely lost not all my money, but pretty much what I brought, and then came home. And you know what? I called my mom, and she had asked me to place a bet for her, and I did, and it didn't hit. But she said, how was it? And I said, do you know what? It was fantastic. fantastic.
Aw.
I know I shouldn't be
Good
encouraging
man.
this kind of behavior,
Yeah.
but for some reason, Oscar,
He's out on his own.
I just feel
He's
warm
all grown
inside.
up. Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
all fuzzy inside.
Yeah, you went out and
with
did
that.
it without asking.
I just
Proud of
went
you.
and did it. And,
Yeah.
and I that
so
night at dinner,
cool.
Carrie said, coffee table? I said, no coffee table this time, but next time.
You know what? Feed another destructive behavior. I'm all for it. We'll be right back. We
everybody.
lost James Caan.
Known for The Godfather. Then he had a TV series, Rowan and Martin's Laughing.
Mike, he had this
I'm
series
just
called Rowan and
reading.
Martin's Laughing.
Bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
You bet your sweet bippy I would.
You just do what I tell you to do.
Sock it to me.
Your criteria are so far up your ass they can't see daylight. This is bull.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Eat it to yourself, you sick twisted.
And now, folks, it's Suck It To Me time.
I am the last guy in the world you want to with.
You don't have to move to beautiful downtown Burbank if you want to be laughing. Just get a subscription to the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and subscribe today.
Look that up in your funkin' wagnalls.
Very interesting.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Legacy Box. Legacy Box is the simplest and safest way to digitize all of your aging videotapes. It's wonderful. Camcorder tapes as well, film reels, pictures. Legacy Box is a super simple mail-in service. Did you know that magnetic tape, like VHS and camcorder tapes, was only made to last 10 to 20 years? I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Digitizing your old media keeps it safe forever. Plus, for a limited time, Legacy Box is running a $9 tape sale. Regularly, $27 to $30. There's never been a better time to convert your entire collection. We've all used it. I converted actual film from the 1950s. It looks amazing. Speaking of smoking,
Yes.
Oscar and Robb converted their videotapes before they disintegrated, and now you two can relax knowing your irreplaceable moments can be passed on for future generations with Legacy Box. Your memories are meant to be shared, not chewed up by the VCR or worn away with time. Convert your tapes to digital so you can enjoy them for generations to come safely. For a limited time, you can get started for just $9 a tape. At this special price, there's never been a better time to convert your entire collection. Visit legacybox.com/TMOS to shop their $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/TMOS to unlock this exclusive offer. I did want to make this little announcement regarding the show Whoa Whoa.
Yeah.
We're working on it. I know a couple of you reached out to me on Facebook to talk about potential for stuff going on. I haven't even had a conversation with Oscar about it yet. So I would hope to have some clarity on that by the end of this week. So be patient on that one. And as far as we're concerned, we'd love to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. We really would love to do that. So be patient, and we'll get back to you on that as soon as it is humanly possible. No, I didn't want that. I wanted that.
There you go.
Mike, may I mention something before we continue the program?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's what you need to know.
If
you hear that?
Yes.
The homepage.
He was just talking over.
I'm just. You have a mole or something on the your right hand side,
Behind
or
your
It
ear.
might just be headphone flake. I just want to make sure you're okay.
It might be blood.
Yes.
You cut yourself?
Magic
Might be a
marker.
bug bite.
Oh,
I
no.
cut myself shaving. That's
Okay, I
what
just want to make
It's
sure.
it's a monkey pock.
Yeah. As long as you're okay.
It is and monkey
Michael,
pock.
It's a cut.
Yeah, I thought so. It looked like it.
It's like a scrape.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I
scrape
told you
from,
he's like
it's
11.
a razor burn.
Yeah.
On Stranger Things, every time Mike thinks real hard, he bleeds.
Your powers came out.
That's right.
All right.
Are we gonna run the stage again, or do you just want the music?
No, I'm going to run the thing and then read the thing.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Ben Affleck, you going to play the thing? I can't hear it.
It's here.
All right. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez got hitched.
Thank Christ.
In Vegas, speaking of Vegas, over the weekend. They wanted an Elvis to do the honors, but you remember that story we had a few weeks ago about Elvis and chapels
clamping down,
and all
yes.
that crap? One was not available on the J-Lo website. Jennifer said, quote, now I'm all paranoid about this thing, so it's like...
It's just a flesh wound.
No, but we only saw it. We only saw it when you turn. In your front shot, we don't see it. Yeah. Oscar's been chomping at the bit to get at it.
No. I saw it briefly. And I was like, oh no.
It's a cut.
That's all. And now he's in the club.
Yep.
Stop it. On her On the JLo website, Jennifer said, quote, "We did it. Love is beautiful. Love is kind. And it turns out love is patient."
Oh.
20 years patient. Remember, they were engaged once before in 2002. They broke up in 2004. She said that they waited in line for their marriage license with 4 other couples, including 2 guys, and they barely made it to the chapel in time before it closed. She added, quote, "Stick around long enough and maybe you'll find the best moment of your life in a drive-thru in Las Vegas at 12:30 in the morning in the Tunnel of Love drive-thru." I love this. With your kids and the one you'll be spending forever with. Love is a great thing, maybe the best of things, and worth waiting for. She signed it, Mrs. Jennifer Lynn Affleck. I wish them the best. I hope they're okay. I like them. I like them both. He makes great movies. And
He does.
He does. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know.
But
bleeding.
the drive-through, I don't know about a drive-through.
Well, I mean, if they did it on the spur of the moment, and why not?
Yeah.
You
It
know,
all works out. Britney Spears and that guy that tried to break into the wedding, that worked out.
Yeah. Always works out. Jason Alexander.
Nicolas Cage got married. That worked out. Not at all.
I can't tell you why I root for certain couples. Not that I actively root against
Well, he's
people
a Boston
to
guy.
Have a
I'm rooting for them as well.
Yeah.
I just think they've had a lot of ups and downs, and he
Well,
was kind of an idiot
like
for
her.
leaving
You
Jennifer Garner.
like her.
I love J-Lo.
Big
I
fan
love
of Jack in the
J-Lo.
Box.
I've always been a big fan of that. Here's a story for Mr. Robb Spiewak.
Thank you.
Exclusively. Luke Bryan, Robb.
Hi there. How you doing, America?
He turned 46 yesterday.
I'm
He
old.
celebrate what?
I'm old.
He turned 46 and celebrated it by downing some beer cake.
Ooh.
His wife Caroline gave him a custom cake that featured an edible can of Tulane beer on the top.
Oh,
Tulane,
no, that's...
Tulane is his own premier beer brand.
Yeah, they
He's got his own.
targeted me on my Facebook page for a while because I was a roaring alcoholic. And every time I got the ad, I always wrote the same thing. It tastes like S.
Luke also carried on the tradition of heading off to a birthday fishing trip.
Duh.
But first, he and the family danced around and acted goofy, giving Caroline a chance to sneak in a few birthday swats on his backside.
Mike,
That's
is that
for
a
you.
couple you root for? Luke and Caroline Bryant?
I don't know. You've soured me on him. You truly have.
Yeah,
Caroline slapped my butt.
it was a 5-year slow burn of hating a man we didn't know.
We didn't care.
Yeah.
And he finally flipped both of us, right?
Yeah.
To Luke Bryan.
Yeah, I see
and
him
then
on
Luke
TV,
did
I'm
a
like,
few
eh.
things. He's jive. He's just
I'm going to go a fishing trip because I'm 46 and drink this beer. Duh.
Next story. Wouldn't it be great if there was a place to take naps at work? This might be the least comfortable way to accomplish that goal. There is a company in Japan. They have a new product called Nap Boxes. It gives workers a place to take power naps, but you have to sleep standing up.
I don't know that I could.
Oh, my God.
I bet Carrie could.
They're big cylinders with a door on the front, and they only fit one person at a time. They basically look like a water heater with a door. Each one has 3 small shelves inside, strategically placed to support your knees, head, and butt. So you're partially supported, but still vertical.
Yeah, you could do that. And if you have heartburn, you don't have to worry about the acid.
And the reflux, that's
Yeah.
right.
Have a nice big pizza before you go in on your nap.
Yeah, go in there and fart.
If they claim it's comfortable, but it's hard to tell. It's in the early stages, so they haven't demonstrated it yet.
I'm taking
They
a
just-
nap.
They have a rendering. Spokesperson for the company claimed that in Japan, it's common for workers to take naps in the bathroom.
Well, if I'm being honest, you have an opportunity to rent little lockers in certain, I guess, European and Asian nations where you literally rent a locker for a person and you like crawl in it and pass out in airports for like 4 or 5 hours.
Are
and
they
take a nap.
designed for that?
Yes.
Wow.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
The Daily Mail newspaper just did a big write-up on why going commando on a hot day is a good call. They claim it can make a big difference. The main reason, it's been so hot in so many parts of the country, and I live in 94 to 95 degree temperatures every day. The
London
main reason
and Paris, Mike, breaking records.
Really?
Yes.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Removing an extra layer of clothing, pretty simple, anywhere on your body, allows for better ventilation and helps you stay cool. For women, It can also help avoid those pesky yeast infections.
Oh, excuse me.
For that reason, one health expert said women should go commando whenever possible. Condo Bob says thumbs up, and I agree.
That's right. Exactly right.
Ditching your underwear can also make guys more fertile, especially on hot days. If you're not used to it, they say just be careful about injuries related to zipping up, because we don't want a bleeder, like in something about Mary.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
But I prefer to have underwear in my pants.
I'm an underwear guy. I wear big, comfortable boxers, and I don't think it makes a big
There are shorts
difference.
that have underwear inside of them.
The new golf shorts that they're selling all over online media is they have the little liners in them. You know that looks
like a bathing suit.
Yeah, like a bathing suit. Like it's just, to me, it's too. I don't wear.
I wouldn't buy a shirt that comes with a tie, and I wouldn't buy shorts that come with underwear.
I don't like tighty whities. I don't like boxer briefs.
Yeah.
I like to free ball. I like to have big,
some action,
old man boxers like Bob Hope wore in his specials. So down there, it's just free as a breeze.
That's right. It's wild, isn't it? Wild.
It's wild. I want to tell you, I'm Bob Freeballing Hope. Take a look at my balls. Yeah, there we go. How are you? And now a little something. There's a 35-year-old student pilot. He ran out of fuel on Friday while flying without an instructor and had to land a single-engine plane on the interstate near Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, dear.
Some student pilots can fly by themselves as long as their instructor okays it, but it's not clear if this particular student did that. And now it gets interesting. It was around 2:30 in the morning, and the highway was empty. So he landed the plane without hitting any cars. He crashed into a guardrail, but only suffered minor injuries. And a truck driver came by and used her rig to block the road so no one would crash into the plane, which I think is pretty thoughtful. Yeah. She says that when this pilot or student pilot got out of the plane, he smelled like alcohol. And he was slurring his words.
Oh my God.
And then here it is. He hugged her.
Yeah.
And said he was glad he didn't hurt anyone.
Oh.
Well, that's nice.
It turned out that he'd flown from Kansas City to Florida.
Oh.
The day before, and he was on his way back from Florida when he ran out of gas about 25 miles from the airport. Cops found a small amount of pot in the plane.
Nice.
And he also might have been drunk and high. And they also found a gun.
Oh, no.
He's facing felony charges, possession, controlled substance, felony possession of a firearm, operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Like I always say, boys.
Yes.
You can take the pilot out of Florida, but you can't take the Florida out of the pilot. There you go. That's it.
Mike.
Can't take the Florida out of the pilot.
This is the last time I'm flying Southwest.
There you go. Can't take that. What's the matter? Yeah, I went down to Florida, got drunk. I can fly home.
Where's my gun?
We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Oh, paisans! The Mike O'Mara Show can be watched on Facebook and YouTube. Listen to on iTunes and Spotify. Now I present to you the show's next conquest, TikTok. Check out video clips of the show with new content every day. Click on @Mike O'Mara Show and follow today. Capiche? Grazie. Now back to our capo, Mike O'Mara.
Sorry you got COVID on one of your sandal strips.
Yeah, I was really shocked.
He's been dodging bullets left and right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was vaxxed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was driving buses.
He was driving buses, and
he got the cheese variant.
What's that?
He's okay.
It's just he was the first one to get it. They don't know.
I know. Another espresso margarita, please. No, martinis. Sorry. Listen, this portion of our program brought to you by Indochino. Whether you're going to be the groom in a wedding party or a lucky guest, everyone wants to look their best for a wedding. And with custom-fitted suits from Indochino, you'll look great, feel confident, and you'll enjoy the big day without fussing over your clothes. Choose every detail on a suit, shirt, dinner jacket, and more at affordable prices that may surprise you. Indochino offers it all, and every piece is made to your exact measurements. And you can customize every detail. Plus, they're always adding new pieces, so you can stay on trend and in style. Explore their relaxed yet refined approach to spring suits with their new spring pastels, and Indochino suits start from $429. Shirts begin at $79 with all customizations included. Oscar has used Indochino for years.
Love 'em.
I love my Indochino suit. Easy online shopping and a perfect fit, and you're going to love yours. If you've got a big day coming up, get the perfect look. No big deal with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more by using promo code TMOS at Indochino.com. That's $50 off a purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Promo code TMOS. Okay, we have a new addition to the TMOS family.
Yes.
Someone who is really technically family and is joining us and is going to be now working behind the scenes. You won't see his picture, but you'll hear his voice because Oscar's nephew, Luca, is joining us for a 3-week internship.
Yes.
And he's a youngin'. He's not even in college yet. He's a high schooler.
16.
But it's so wild because I can remember when we did our road trip and we saw Luca at the Hofbrau house, and he was
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he was a wee little guy, and now
he was
he's
a wee
grown-up.
lad.
Yes,
a wee lad,
and a good worker.
Luca, welcome to the show. Whoa, whoa! Now you are officially an intern, which means we are going to be attached to you for life. I hope you're aware of that.
Yes. Hello. Thank you for having me on the show.
You sound like.
Thank you.
You sound 60.
You sound 16.
I have Luca, a favor. Could you say paging Mr. Herman?
Paging Mr. Herman.
Luca, are you having a good time so far?
Yeah. It's been fun learning a lot of stuff here, helping out with some things.
What's been your favorite activity at Podville Media?
Well, I was pretty proud of myself for cleaning out the destructed closet in the corner.
Yeah.
The storage closet we had him help organize.
Yeah.
Storage
work
closet.
on that. Yeah.
That's pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luca, would you like some career advice from Uncle Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Here's my career advice to you.
T.O.
No matter
Mike.
what you choose to do, T.O. Mike, whatever you choose to do, wherever you choose to go, I follow your dream and follow your arrow, as my daughter likes to say, and do that. But above all else, always keep an incredibly close relationship with your mother and father. Because that is not going to be, it's not all that sweet. That is going to be a significant inheritance for you if you do that. All right. They're phenomenally esteemed medical professionals. And I would imagine by the time you get to be 21, 22, they're young parents, so it's not like me.
Yeah.
But let's say you're 35, right? And you're just getting by. Don't sweat it. Kiss their ass from now forward. This age is the age when teens, are kind of with mom and dad, like that. Be super nice to them.
Yes.
Do anything they want you to do, especially mom. All right. Yeah. And I think you're going to do very well. I think you'll do it. It's a fallback plan, Luca. You're probably, I don't doubt for a second that you'll be successful on your own. But never, ever, if the opportunity presents itself, never resist the urge to tap into that family money. Okay, Thank you,
Luca.
Yes, Rob. Go ahead.
Mike. First, I should say that Luca is it next year. His high school television station. He will be an anchor on his high school television station.
Yeah,
really.
We didn't have a television station in high school when I was growing up.
My high school didn't even have a television.
Where does that station broadcast to?
So it's for my high school. The program's called Live from 205 because I live in California. It's pretty cool. We go out. I'm a reporter. We go out and get stories, interview people from our community. It's pretty cool. It teaches me a lot.
Do you want to do? Do you want to do the broadcast journalism thing?
Yeah.
Do you have an idol that's on news that you sort of aspire to be?
I mean, really, I I follow a lot of sports, so I'm like.
So not Scott Pelley.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I watch a lot of ESPN stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? And I'm going to be serious here as far as Mike, because I have a degree in broadcast journalism.
Mike is established.
That I never
Certified.
used. I interned at NBC, NBC Radio in Washington, D.C. I will say this, when I watch, there's one thing that when you're covering news, especially local news, always make sure every story has a list of 1, 2, or tops 3 very, very key questions that everybody's curious about. And it's very obvious. And it's something everybody wants to know. And sometimes, especially on local news down here, you won't hear that question answered. So whenever you're covering any story, first thing you do is you look at that story and you say, oh my God, what's the obvious? Well, how old are they? Or what really happened? Or is the person related? Or is does this person have a criminal record? Or how did they get in trouble? All that. Always make sure that before you even start covering the story, you make sure you know what those obvious questions are that everybody's going to want to know the answer to. That is Mike O'Mara's Journalism 101. Does it make any? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Does it make any sense to you?
No, yeah, definitely. Okay. Especially for local news stories.
Local news, he's smart. He's absolutely right, especially for local news.
Yeah.
And they'll skip it. They'll skip it sometimes because they're in the story and they forget that they're doing it. And I watch local news do that. I'm like, well, what? Well, how did the person die? You know what I mean? That type of thing. Or here's even more. Or did the person die?
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they won't even mention it.
A shooting occurred on I-75 the other night. The shooter, here's a shot of the car. You see the SUV with 4 bullet holes in it. The man was transported to the hospital, and you see this there, and they obsess on like the video they have, and it's like, okay, he got shot. Is he going to die? Local news reporter who's all excited. That's it. That's all
Mike,
I have.
Tonight we'll be watching the Derek Jeter story brought to you by the producers who produced The Last Dance for Michael Jordan.
How Derek Jeter, a not only talk about a worthy adversary, being a Boston Red Sox fan. Derek Jeter, my Derek Jeter moment was in Fenway Park. I see about an 8 or 9 year old boy, my son's age now, sitting down there with a Nomar Garciaparra Red Sox jersey on, and Derek Jeter is down there and he's getting autographs for the kids. And he's down there just chatting with this kid in the enemy jersey, and he's talking to the kid like he's his old buddy. And I'll never forget that about Derek Jeter, being just a cool guy to do that. And then, when he was playing us and he dove like 5 rows into the third base line, came out bloodied, trying to make a play. Derek Jeter, the bomb. That'll be great. That'll be
interesting.
Luca, I give you a hard time, but I welcome you, and I hope you have a really, really fulfilling few weeks at Podville, and we're happy to have you on board.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Willkommen.
What's that? Willkommen. We got to take a break. Got to take another break. When we come back, speaking of Tio Oscar, I got to get a quick update on he almost died. Rob, is that right?
Yes.
He speaks in riddles. Who knows?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
Go out west.
Find out about that.
Watch a little Yellowstone.
We'll come back and check in, and we didn't get to anything we were going to get to today, but that's the way it goes
Tomorrow
on the Mike O'Mara Show. We will come back with more right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Everyone's going nutsy over the latest bonus show. Here's a sample of the shenanigans that went on.
Why did the Burger King marry the Dairy Queen?
Why?
To get to the small fry.
You know where a dog puts his car?
Where?
In a parking lot. Well, we got to go down and meet the squirrel.
We're very excited to be taking Oscar to the Greek Isles.
How's things with Nutsy?
I'm going to pay for the whole night.
Don't miss out on getting that extra 5th hour of TMOS sent to your device every Friday. Get a subscription today and laugh your way through the snow bummer summer. Just click that bonus show banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Give me a paradiddle. Oh.
Paradiddle. Hey, welcome back to the show, brought to you by Cornerstone. Did you know that only a quarter of all mortgages are originated by banks? The other 75% are handled by non-depository lenders. That's mortgage companies. So if you or anyone you know is buying a home and looking to take out a mortgage, you should listen carefully. The mortgage lender you work with is the most important element in your home purchase when it comes to rates. You have to be aware of that. They've got rates, they've got service, they've got payments. My good friend Mark Livingstone and his team at Cornerstone First Financial are the only experts I recommend for all your mortgage needs. Mark and his team offer more products and close loans faster than large banks without the one-size-fit-all mentality. With their years of experience, customer service, and low-rate guarantee, they make Cornerstone First a priority for your home search. Whether it's a purchase or refinance, call the good people at Cornerstone First Financial today, one of the longest-running advertisers on our show. Call Cornerstone First Financial, 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. Thank you, Cornerstone First Financial. Just 1 second. I want to call down to the office. Okay. Gotta see the guys afterwards. Need a rewrite, please. Rewrite for Cornerstone. Yeah, we need a rewrite for Cornerstone.
Noted.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get it? You get it? Okay, very good. I think I hit something.
Yeah,
button. Yeah. Hold on.
Button.
Let me see. All right.
Button.
Oscar, you went out west, they'd say.
Yes. Sundance, Utah. And
okay.
I didn't know that there was a Sundance, Utah. Santana goes out west. He thinks Sundance Film Festival. He thinks Park City. That's where the proper, Sundance Film Festival is.
Was it a surprise to you, Fievel?
Sundance proper is 45 minutes from Park City, Utah. Beautiful place.
Beautiful in the summer, beautiful in the winter.
Wonderful place to have a conference, a creative conference.
And I have to imagine much cooler than here.
Brand story. Yes, but global warming. It's come to Sundance, Utah, as it was over 100 degrees every day. A dry heat, but over 100 degrees.
You know, it's funny you say cooler. When I was driving into Seattle last summer, when it was 110, driving into Seattle,
109, 110. And Mike, there's nothing more humbling than remembering a dry heat from the days I lived in Phoenix to looking at my wife who lived in Scottsdale and said, "Oh, it's a dry heat. We'll be okay." Roughly 6,000 feet above sea level.
Man, if that doesn't tell you it's global warming, right?
Yes.
Right.
6,000 feet.
Yes.
And it's that hot.
Mm-hmm.
We're burning up.
So the conference, we arrive that day. We check in.
It was a dehydration conference, right?
And the conference technically started that evening. We arrived early in the morning. And someone said, at lunch, do you guys want to go hiking just because you're meeting people?
Sure.
And I said, a hike sounds wonderful. So we go back to our room, change the shorts t-shirt, and they said, meet us by so-and-so cabin. The proper thing is to look up the hike of what is about to happen, right?
Are you in a mountain resort type area?
Yes, we are.
Right.
The Von Trapp Family Lodge.
And it's actually where Robert Redford started Sundance.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You guys would have loved it. And if you're active, you'll love it.
Was Billy Bush there?
No, Billy Bush was not there.
You're going to love it.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I got my own zip line. Beautiful, guys.
They did have zip lining.
Hey, Billy Bush, do you know who started the Sundance Festival?
Yeah, Robert Redford, guys. Beautiful.
We meet up with the crew of roughly 8 people, including us. And
Are they all fit?
They all look fit. Yeah. And I said, Shannon, I think this is going to be a little more challenging than we thought, but we have our waters in our backpack. We're ready. And I'll have you know that the Santana fam is not fit at all because it was a 2-mile hike to these beautiful falls.
And you're at elevation.
And we're at elevation.
So you're not used to it.
Yes. Yeah. And there is no guardrail on this hike. We're not talking about Great Falls.
Right.
We're talking about a mountain.
Were they Westerners, these people, or were they conditioned to this type of activity?
L.A., you had New York, like New Yorkers. They seemed like they were into what we were doing.
They were handling it?
They were handling it.
Sure.
Have you ever seen a movie where the caboose falls off the train?
Sure.
And just gets slowly starts backing up?
Mm-hmm.
We were the caboose, Dia Shannon and I. And we kept on looking at each other and said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Were you hoping
now, are
that
we
she
talking
would say,
about...
Oh, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about, like, struggling to get air and
struggling
stuff like that?
to get air and struggling to find the footing on this trail because it's dangerous.
What shoes were you wearing?
This should be important. There is a type of shoe that you wear hiking or hiking boots at any moment. And when you think you're going hiking, it's not about looking good or, having the latest performance sneakers on as we
Gucci
did.
loafers is what they were.
Yeah, we were wearing
Jester shoes.
We were wearing tennis shoes that were made for the track without the spikes.
Oh.
Okay.
So, slippery on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you stepped on a rock, you felt it.
Well, you felt everything.
Yeah.
And I said, Shannon, let's not embarrass ourselves. Let's be honest with what we're going to do halfway up. So we're a mile up. And they're leaving us. So it's already embarrassing because like, you guys okay? Yeah, go ahead. We're going to be okay.
Are you okay? Okay.
And
Shannon's struggling.
And Shannon is shook. And I should share this. We had just recovered like a month and a half or 2 months prior to that to COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not in the same physical shape we were before.
Yeah.
You could feel 100%. The toll.
Right.
But that wasn't enough for me to feel like we can't do this. So
because in your mind it's a walk.
It should be just a walk.
That's all it is.
Halfway up, I look at Shannon and I said, Peach, there's no shame in turning around. I will turn around with you. And she said, no, if everybody else can do it, I can do it. I said, okay.
Not the answer you wanted.
Well.
Yeah, was that not the answer you wanted?
No, I wanted to go home. It was time to go home.
Okay.
Halfway up.
And then to go home. Like you wanted to fly back to DC.
I wanted to blame my wife and look chivalrous and say,
well played.
Hey, we're just going to go back. No.
She's having a tough time.
Yeah.
We got to turn around.
Yeah.
The little lady's feeling she got the vapors, I think. We'll catch you tonight at cocktail hour. Bye.
So an hour, it's 2 hour hike. An hour up and a 2 hour hike to the falls. We didn't realize.
Oh, so it's 2 hours up.
And probably an hour 15 down because it's faster. Yes.
Oh my God.
That's long.
And we had our cantinas of water. And it was so
Canteen.
It was so treacherous, Mike, that at one point I have to throw my backpack to the other side of this trail,
right?
Because it was going to weigh you down so much that I was going to fall down the mountain.
That's a massive hike.
It was.
I come from hiking people. I know. I don't go, but everybody in my family they do the hike.
Cadillac Mountain. In Maine, does it right. Guardrails, trails.
On certain hikes, but not on all of them.
The ones we saw, you could hold on to a
You're
rail.
not hiking, you're mountain climbing.
We're mountain climbing.
Essentially,
We're mountain climbing. We get to the top.
Who set this up? What Ken doll set this up?
Well,
the dungeon master, Mike.
He didn't come around saying, who wants to go? We eavesdropped at a picnic table and said, we'll go. So this is our fault. We thought we were fit.
Oh, you want to join us? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's hop up there.
So we get to the top. Shannon, the falls are there. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Shannon immediately takes my hat, which she's already wearing because I'm trying to protect my wife, and then she throws it in the falls, gets it wet, and then takes her whole canteen of water, pours it all over herself. She's wearing essentially a white tank top, and I was like, well, this is probably inappropriate.
Did you get any?
And I said, on
our OnlyFans, Mike.
I said, are you okay? She goes, do I look okay? And then at this point, I'm like, well, this is probably a hard no, but we made it to the top. Do you want to get a picture together? I'll cover you up a little bit. And she says, do you think I want a picture of this?
Wow.
And I said, okay. I went back to the little group that was not part of the sweat t-shirt contest. And I said, you stay here facing the falls, dry off a little bit. And then I walked back to the crew and I said, guys, what's next? I was like, I think we're cooling off, but just want to gauge like what the downs.
And how did they look?
They look great. They were just, getting some water, getting some selfies. And they said, well, we're thinking of hiking to the peak.
No!
Because we've made it this far. And I said, the peak. And they said, well, if you make it to the peak, we can take the chair lift down. And I said, okay, that sounds like...
Oh, that's such a dick move because then it's like dangling the carrot.
Yeah.
Like you just have the easy, but the peak is... I know enough about it to know.
See, know.
Did you say yes to the peak?
I said, so I go to Shannon, I said, we could hike to the peak and take the chairlift down. And she said, please gather more information. So then
That's a brilliant. Your wife is spot on. Shannon is spot on with that.
I turn around. She's still, cooling off. And I walk over and they said, is your wife okay? I said, yes, she's just cooling off and trying to be respectful of the team here as she's got a white tank top on. And I said, she wants to know how far the peak is. And then
That's the right question.
Yeah. And they said, oh, well, a little less than an hour. And I said, okay.
That's when you turn around.
I said, I don't even have to go back. Hard no. I said, I bow at you and the team's physical prowess.
Yeah.
We are not where we should be in life to do anything like this.
Are they laughing at this?
They're laughing. I said,
Right.
I don't know what PEDs you're taking or who's your doctor, but God bless you. We can't do this. We shall walk back alone and hopefully make it safe. Please tell everybody our story if you don't see us at camp.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
We made it.
That is awesome. My God.
We're
And you
alive.
made it down? You
We
made it down okay?
We made it down.
That's good.
Did you
Good
beat
for
them?
her.
Oh, we beat no one. Nice and slow. Nice and slow.
That's awesome. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
You did
I
the
agree.
right thing.
I agree.
We'll take a break. We got a little Soundtown, a little quickie Soundtown.
Yeah, come
when
on
we
to
come back.
Soundtown.
Soundtown, right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody, right move.
Has this ever happened to you?
This guy saw me running. He's closing the door, pretending like he hasn't seen me as I'm yelling.
Step up to a new experience in airline travel that's made for a powerful, sophisticated business leader like you.
I buy, you fly.
Santana Airlines shows you the difference between getting where you're going and leading the way.
It's not like we're in a hurry to go anywhere.
Santana Airlines, where everyone is treated like a CEO.
I'm a CEO.
I'm the president, she's vice president.
And as you enjoy the synergy of the amazing skies, use what little bandwidth you think is actionable and circle back to the amazing deals at the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center.
Leverage the value proposition of that low-hanging fruit. At the end of the day, it's a win-win. Just pivot and click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
It's amazing.
Hold that play!
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I'd show you my Liquid IV, but it's gone.
She is gone.
I
drank it.
I drank it. I'm sorry. The hot summer months are here. We need to be proactive about keeping our bodies fueled and hydrated. It makes us feel healthier in our everyday lives. Just one stick of Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier in 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Plus, Liquid IV has incredible hydration flavors: watermelon, lemon, lime, grape, pina colada, beloved strawberry. Love that. Plus, it has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV has cellular transport technology, CTT. That is the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium to deliver water and nutrients to the bloodstream super fast. Plus, Liquid IV is out to change the world. They have donated over 20 million servings globally. Be like me. Drink Liquid IV. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com. And anything you order when you use promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com. And please don't forget that promo code TMOS, everybody.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
Are they getting away from the phrase the British Open? Because a lot of the newspaper coverage I saw just called it the Open.
It is. It's pretty much set in stone. That's the way they do it now. The Open, and arguably one of the best ones ever, and watched a ton of it over the weekend.
Felt for
really,
Rory.
really special.
Yeah.
Felt for Rory, who played good golf, just could not, I played that way, where you just don't make it. Well, I've never played like Rory, but you can't make the putts.
Have you ever lost to Joe Dirt?
No, I've never done, but
That's
I
a
did
great
chase
haircut that won, though. That is.
yeah, Joe Dirt, just, I'm
Spleen
sorry,
splitters.
man. Look, Oscar, you and I both have trouble looking at anything without thinking about branding.
Yes.
And you're looking at that going, oh, God. Yeah, that's good for the game. What is that look? That's like Australian redneck look.
Will you explain to those not in the know?
In the know.
Not in the world of golf. The
All
gentleman.
Right. Cameron Smith is an Australian young golfer who arguably right now, I think going away would be described as the best putter on tour. He can putt lights out, better than anybody. In the case of the British Open over the weekend, the Open, he putted so well that I think at one point he had 5 birdies in a row. The man is a prodigy with a putter in his hand. However, his look has been cultivated, and no one in his team has ever rolled up to the guy and said, your little pubic hair mustache and your wispy, ugly as S mullet has to go, go, go. That if you shave that little thing, whatever that is, first of all, before you do that, as Harold Dow, the harbor master, would say, put some cream on it and have the cat lick it off. Please get a razor and shave it off. I will tell you that the guy's look is, I looked at him today and I'm like, oh God, first of all, he's got that smile that's like, and but
he's doing the best
golfer.
he can. He's doing the best he can.
He doesn't have to take advice from me.
No,
the man's set for life.
Our very own Happy Gilmore.
But the mullet did win, and he thanked his fellow Australians when he did win.
Cam Smith to get to 20 under. This likely to win it. Cam Smith wins the Claret Jug.
Jeez, what a week. I'm going to fall apart here, I know. Had a lot of support out there, especially the Aussie guys. You guys really kept me going out there.
Especially.
This one's for Oz. Thanks, guys.
But I do like the way he answered this question after the match.
Perhaps you can tell us how you're going to celebrate tonight with the Claret Jug.
I'm definitely going to find out how many beers fit in this thing, that's for sure.
How many beers fits in the Claret Jug? Give me 50 beers. Oi! Oi, 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 oi. Come on, crocodile. We're going to vomit in this thing.
He is
We're going to
authentic.
vomit in it.
And
yes, he is.
He's authentic. He's
but he's
pure.
incredible.
Yeah.
An incredible golfer.
Meanwhile,
Fun to
that
watch.
wasn't the only golf tournament this weekend. There was a celebrity golf tournament that had Charles Barkley in it, and he declared his love. This is pretty cool. He declared his love for the LGBTQ plus community.
Love it.
This is following his round, Charles Barkley.
I want to say this. If you're gay and transgender, I love you. Hey, and if anybody give you you tell him Charles said you.
He's a sweetie pie, isn't he?
I love
He's
it.
great.
I do love it.
Charles for president.
Love it.
Charles for president? Really?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
All
Come
right.
on.
Let us close with this since we had a modified schedule today. You and I have both had very early flights, and the last thing you want is an enthusiastic flight attendant. And this is, of course, a Southwest flight on a 6 a.m. departure. And I've had flight attendants sing. I've had flight attendants do jokes.
Yeah.
But don't sing this to me at this volume at 6 a.m. This is a flight attendant on Southwest. That's all the guy put on Twitter.
He was so disgusted. He said,
that's all he could say.
Let me give it my own then.
Thank you. Mike,
Thank you.
that's all I got today. We got more tomorrow.
God, how obnoxious. Oh, my God. We didn't get to anything today. We'll get to it all tomorrow. That's what we're going to do. Thank you for giving us our little week off. Luca, welcome to the fam,
Yes,
and
sir.
hope you have a wonderful 3 weeks at Podville. We got to take a powder. We will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode for Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana. This is Mike O'Mara saying, so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Get in the hole!